If you know it's powerful, then why do we wait for it? Why don't we deliberately design for failure when you want to learn something new? So productive failure looks at how can we design for failure when you're about to learn something new. Okay, so if you look at how people learn when they're about to learn something new, the most intuitive response or most intuitive strategy is, oh, if you don't know something and I want to teach you something, let me just tell you, let me just explain it to you very clearly what that thing is. And that seems to be intuitively the best way to learn. Turns out that is not very optimal. So in productive failure, instead of going straight into the telling, into the explanation and so on and so forth, we start with designing failure in problem solving. So we design these problem solving activities that are challenging yet intuitive, that you can generate multiple ideas, solutions, representations, but they're designed in a way that you won't get to the correct solution. And that is not even the goal. The goal is really to generate different ideas and representations and solutions, and not to worry about getting to the goal. And what this does is, as you solve these problems, you try to solve it in many different ways, and that activates your knowledge. Cognitively, it activates you. And if after this exploration or generation, a teacher can come and assemble the knowledge for you and then teach you the concept. So there's two phases. First, it's a problem-solving generation phase, followed by an instruction, an expert assembly phase. When you combine these two in that sequence, that's what makes failure productive. That's how you learn deeper, and then how you learn flexibly so that you can transfer as well. So it's a two-phase.
Okay, so just to summarize what you explained, taking your Lego blocks analogy means I start with a problem set, then I use the Lego blocks I have already and try to build, let's say, the rocket. And I do maybe 3 attempts. It turned out not to be a really functional rocket. Certain things fail. Then later, you as a teacher will give me additional Lego blocks and show me, look, this is how you build the full rocket ship. And while the attempts that you have created before, you have already a deeper understanding and know what is important. And then the knowledge or what the teacher tells you can stick better with you. Is that?
That's right. That's a good way to think about it. Yes. The Lego analogy really works. Give the child a space to play intuitively, build things themselves first based on their knowledge, prior knowledge, and then use that to then show them the canonical assembly, the correct assembly, so to speak. Yeah.
But is it not the total opposite of what is like taught at this point of time? It's like almost like failing is condemned. So the mindset is different. And I can even imagine that some teachers will tell, like, this is not efficient. I could tell them immediately how it is right. And then even maybe have this mindset of, if they don't get it, it's the failure of the of the learner, not the teacher.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. So I think we have to have a more nuanced conversation about failure. Productive failure does not say all failure is good. So when a surgeon is performing a surgery, you don't want any failure. Okay, or when you're taking an exam, a high-stakes exam, you want to reduce failure, obviously. Yes, if failure happens in those situations, yes, we can learn from it. But that's not the productive failure that what I'm talking about. What the productive failure is that you design failure when you're early in your learning journey, when you're about to learn something new. And the logic is that if you do that, you will learn more deeply, so that when failure, the possibility of failure during high stakes is low. So you're fighting high stakes failure, which you want to reduce, with low stakes failure by learning in early on. So it's like fighting with failure, right? And of course, and so that's what productive failure, the failure in productive failure is.